Hello, we are going to look at a thing called order of operations. Some number calculations have more than one thing to do. And an operation in maths can be add, subtract, multiply, divide, or brackets. And there's another thing called indices, which we won't be dealing with today, but it is called an operation. But we'll worry about indices another day. So think about your operations. They could be add, subtract, multiply, divide, or brackets. So to work out answers, there is a special order of working out, and you must use this order of working out, otherwise you get the wrong answer. So the order of working out is, first of all, if there are brackets, you should do brackets. Then if there are indices, you should do indices. If there is dividing, do dividing next. Then multiplying comes next in the order. Adding and subtracting. And actually adding and subtracting are the last things that you would do in these kind of questions. Even if they come first in the question, they would be worked out last. So we'll do some examples to see if that makes sense. Also, this word BIDMAS sometimes helps people remember what order to use. So here are some examples. So if the question was 5 times 3 adds 7. Well, there's a multiplying and there's an adding, but according to your list, multiplying is always done first. So you do the multiplying. 5 times 3 is 15. And then you add the 7, do the adding after. So 15 adds 7, the final answer is 22. But if we changed that question a little bit and had 5 add 3 times 7. Well, although this is at the start, you wouldn't do this to begin with. You would start with the multiplying part of the question. 3 times 7, and you get 21. And then you would do the adding part. 5 add 21 from here gives you the final answer 26. So it's the order that you do the working out that helps you with your calculations. Because some people will just start at the beginning and go right across, but that's wrong. You must start with the multiplying and then do the adding part. Now when you do the adding part, you'll notice that the 3 has gone. The 3 is part of this 21 now. It's not 5 add 3 add 21. The 3 has disappeared, and so has the 7. They have made this answer 21. So we're going to look at some examples. Hopefully my phone will behave itself. So in this question we have adding and we have multiplying. So the multiplying part must be done first. So 4 2s are 8, and then we add on the 3. 3 add 8 is 11. And it helps you if you keep things in the right order. Just keep the 3 at the start when you're writing it down. Don't write 8 add 3 because that leads to people getting confused. The 8 comes from 4 times 2, then add on the 3. This question here has subtracting and it has multiplying, but multiplying must be done first. So we do the 18 and the 22 in front. So 22 take away 18 gives you 4. Here we have dividing and we have adding. Now our rule is that dividing must be done before adding. So we do the dividing part. 12 divided by 3 is 4. And we have the 18 in front. 18 add 4 is 22. Here we have multiplying and adding. So actually we do the beginning first. 17 times 2 because that is the multiplying part, so that's 34 add 8. Remember the 2 has disappeared because it has become part of the 34, and that final answer is 42. Okay, so here we have adding and we have dividing. So the dividing must be done first. 40 divided by 10 is 4. 30 add 4, remember the 30 remains at the beginning, equals 34. Now this kind of question you'll notice has brackets. Now brackets is the very first word of operation, so it must always be done first. And the reason they put brackets in is they'll put brackets in around adding or subtracting, so that you have to do that first because it's normally done last. If there are brackets, always do what's inside the brackets first. So what's inside these brackets is 6 add 10. 6 add 4 is 10. Then we do the multiplying. Multiplying becomes after brackets. So that answer is 30. Here's another question with brackets. 14 divided by brackets 3 plus 4. So because as soon as you see the brackets, you know you do the brackets first. It's not at the beginning, but you still do them first. So that gives you 7. 14 divided by 7 equals 2. So we can make up another question with brackets. Let's see. 13 multiplied by 7 take away 2. So we have brackets. To immediately see brackets, you do the brackets bit first. Even if it's not at the beginning, do it first. So 7 take away 2 is 5. 13 times 5 is 65. So just to go over the words again, the order is that brackets is first. Then we have this indices, which we'll deal with later on in the week. Then we have divide, multiply, add, subtract. So if there's brackets, you do them first. If there's divide, it comes next. Multiply comes next. Add next. And subtract always last. But you won't have all of those things in a question. As you can see in questions, you maybe have 2 or 3 things to deal with, and you just have to think about where they come in the word and which one should be done first.